Welcome back, race fans, here to the Hardee's National Series. We're at Pike's Peak International Raceway. Richardson's gonna lead the field down. As the green flag is out, Richardson leads the field into turn number 1. As 42 cars are gonna roar their way in this 1.06 mile racetrack. As Richardson rounds turn number 2, he launches up the hill there, blocks Anthony Marchese. Vance Conwell for shape off of turn 2 there, great save from the 99. As Richardson rides it in at turn 3, really got on the gas too early. And Aiden Shepard's gonna really take advantage of that as he's gonna lead lap number 1 of the event. Richardson already in trouble in this first lap here. He's already dropping back a few spots as Marchese looking to spread the issue there to try and go through the middle of that 17 cars. They round turn number 2 for the second time. And trouble near the back. Vince Freeze spinning around there. Shiva stalwarts collected, and the 2 cars go spinning around, bringing out the yellow flag for the very first time. Vince Freeze, who started this race near the mid-pack, and for his first race for Flying Aces, it's already off to a rocky start. Vince Freeze got into the corner too hard, off the corner that is, and slid into Matt DeLeo, sending himself right into the path of the Shiva Stars, and the 2 of them went for a spin, but no damage done for the 2 of them. They'll be able to keep on going here as the rest of this race. We still got a long ways to go here, so these 2 can gain back some track position near the end of this one. Aiden Shepard leads on the restart here. One heck of a launch from Aiden Shepard there. Luke Martin, or really TJ Martin, Luke Martin's son, TJ Martin, spun the tires there. Jake West wanted to make a move underneath Eric DeMax for position there. And you see Corey Williams on the charge there. He's getting around Jack Porkins for position. You saw the smoke, that is from the earlier incident. As Jonathan Zorlin looking to try and put his nose underneath Seth Cole here. And Seth Cole with a really good start in the early half here, as he's already now looking underneath TJ Martin for position here. And that 07 car has been looking really fast. Dodge has been really quick these past couple of races, and with Matt DeLeo winning races, winning that recent race there, and really, they've been getting better and better here. James Shelley had some good progress there, but right now, Seth Cole on the move here. He's looking underneath Aiden Shepard there. He's got his nose underneath Aiden Shepard, and he's got good center speed off the corner there. Goes the 07, and to the race lead goes the Jack Daniels Dodge. Seth Cole to the point here at Pikes Peak. Everybody else, though, trying to follow on suit. Shepard's going to file back in line, while everybody else is going to be fighting for track position here. These restarts could be fundamental, but having a good car in the long run, as well as managing your tires, could really help you at the end of this run. Jake West is getting hounded by several drivers here, all for track position here. Richardson, Shelley, Will Lewis, Jack Porkins, everybody's really getting up on this 4 car. Jake West comes into this race with approximately 27 points in the lead here, and he really needs to get some good track position if he wants to keep that lead intact, because one small misstep could really cost Jake West what could be a championship run for this Ford team. As see Nick Salmon trying to get around Hannah Allen and Alex Bianco. These guys have been struggling a little bit in this race, but Jake West has now fallen outside the top 10. This 4 car not looking too good here right now, and they're going to have to certainly make some adjustments if they want to get themselves back into this picture. A couple of cars went down pit lane after the first caution, a few of them, notably John Art and Alexander Rowe, as well as Matt DeLeo. They came down pit lane to take some new tires, top off on some gas, and they're having to march their way up through the field. As we're going to see an indicator of whether these new tires will come into play or not, because so far, they're really kind of struggling a bit in terms of track position, but Art now getting 22nd away from Alexander Rowe, but he's going to be on a hard charge here to see if he can do something to contend for this victory. Corey Williams has been looking really good in the last couple of laps here. This 14 car might have saved his stuff just right here. Williams reeling in Anthony Marchese. This is for 3rd, as he has really got a good exit off the corner there, and down the front stretch he goes. Williams is going to look low underneath Marchese. Marchese gets loose on the entry there, gets shoved out of line there, and Corey Williams forcibly gets his way up to P3, car number 14. Looking really good in this race here. Williams has really had a good streak of runs lately, and he's really been close to getting victories despite winning at Las Vegas and Mexico City, but Corey Williams looks like he's going to go for a late season charge here for this 14 team. They've been looking really stellar these past couple races. Anthony Marchese still yet to get a victory here this season, and I think a victory would really solidify their chances to really help out Marchese quite a lot in terms of the point standings here. He's currently running in third there, so it's still been a good season for the 66 here, but I think a win would be quite a cherry on top for this team. Jonathan Zorlin has reeled in Anthony Marchese. The 66 car looks like he's fading in this run here, as here comes Jonathan Zorlin down to the bottom here, way underneath, just almost touching that white line on the inside groove there. Marchese gets the launch off the corner, but look who's coming into the picture there, Rockingham winner, Will Lewis in that 92. Will Lewis has really struggled these past couple of races here, but there's been those sparks of speed here for this 92 car, and it looks like he's really gathered his stuff together here today. He's really been on the charge here. This 92 car could be a potential threat for this win as well, because he has been passing cars left and right here, as now he's got himself into the battle with Zorlin and Marchese. He's got his nose underneath Marchese, to say the least there, and that 66 car stuck up high into turn 1 there, out of the groove. You see that kind of that rubber kicking into play here, but Marchese not able to really get the run off the corner there. Will Lewis having that preferred line, and car 92 gets around the 66 row position there. Marchese dropping like a rock here lately, and that is not a good sign for them. Sean Angel is also coming to the picture there, as well as Aiden Shepard, so a lot of the Rodriguez racing cars are all within a blanket here, with Jake West separating that sandwich just a bit there here. Jake West running in the 9th spot here, kind of struggling with his race car, but he's really gathered his rhythm. Let's see if he can do something to fight for it. But Will Lewis now looking underneath Jonathan Zorlin there. He had a nose underneath for a moment, but he decided to back off here. Let's see if he can get that run off that corner there. Good launch off the corner. That 92 car looks really good in this race here. He's actually 3rd fastest right now, and with Seth Cole dominating, this is really a good indicator for Fierce Sport. Despite them shutting down at the end of the year, this is, again, still good progress in the Dodge camp in particular here, as James Richardson is trying to get around Eric DeMax for that 10th position here. James Richardson, despite starting on the pole, has really struggled with his car, but now he's gotten himself back into the top 10 here. Let's see if he might have a good car in this long run as well. Corey Williams has reeled in TJ Martin, but he's decided to come down pit lane here. An interesting strategy call here, as it looks like Corey Williams could potentially kickstart the amount of green flag pit stops here. We've seen some other drivers, though, off the lead lap coming down pit lane. Corey Williams won the first in terms of the top 10 coming down pit lane. Vince Freeze you see coming in there. Jake West trying to get around Aiden Shepard position there. Anthony Marchese in pit lane as well, as he's coming out of his stall. Looks like we're going to have more takers coming in. TJ Martin coming in this time around. Seth Cole, the leader who's really dominated this race so far in this early stint, and that 07 car, I don't think they're going to make much adjustments to his car, because Seth Cole has put on quite a performance. And there you see TJ Martin just coming into his stall. A lot of the lead lap cars coming in this time around. John Arndt staying out. Remember, he's pitted earlier in the race here, so he's going to try and stay out a bit longer to see if he can get fresher tires. TJ Martin trying to get to his stall, and he runs into Jack Porkins. There a lot of contact between the 95 and the 71. And that is going to be a lot of left front damage to that JBL machine. And this is really going to hurt TJ Martin quite a lot here. There you see Seth Cole coming out, a good stump for that 07 car. But TJ Martin is going to be in a lot of danger here, and he's got to repair that front end of that 71 to see if he can get himself back into the picture here. As there you see Corey Williams trying to cycle his way out. There's John Arndt still getting the pit. I think he will come in this time around, and there he goes. John Arndt looking to pit this time around. Alexander Rowe looking really good here in this race, as he is coming down with them. As you could just tell the difference between older tires and newer tires, as Matt DeLeo staying out for another lap to see if he can lead a lap or so, get a bonus point potentially, or not really, but Matt DeLeo now signaling his hands out the window, saying that he is going to go in this time around. Matt DeLeo on older tires, while everybody else on fresher tires. Matt DeLeo, here he comes down pit lane. He slides down right in front of Ben Yako, and he's gonna spin the car around. He gets clobbered by Rob Evans, and the caution's gonna fly. Nick Salmon also slamming the wall into turn 3. He had nowhere to go and almost avoided that wreck. But poor Matt DeLeo, he's out of this race just like that within a snap. And for John Arndt, this could be a good opportunity for him to really leapfrog this field. Depending on where he's at in pit lane, depends on where he cycles out. John Arndt could be in a good spot here because he just pitted, so he's not really in danger of going a lap down. Same thing with Alexander Rowe. So they're going to an interesting strategy here, as as they're going to take their cars back to the caution flag. Right now, Seth Cole actually recycled as the leader here, so this 07 car could be one to look out for in this race. But what a dramatic caution to really abruptly end this green flag pit stop cycle. See, Matt DeLeo was just trying to come down pit lane. You saw him hit the brakes there, but just to no avail. Alex Bianco just couldn't do anything there, and poor Rob Evans nowhere to go. And Nick Salmon in the same boat. He basically got clipped there, as you saw in the previous angle. But really a lot of damage to the right side of that 94 there, and a lot of damage to the 2 and the 51, as those two drivers are obviously going to be out of the race with the amount of damage they got. But a terrible break for Matt DeLeo. He had some good runs coming in recently. It looks like that streak could end here today, or at least will end here today. Seth Cole having to come down pit lane for improper fueling. I think they reported that they didn't put enough fuel in the car. So Seth Cole coming down pit lane, and that is going to be really costly for this 07 car. Seth Cole looked like he had the car to beat, but this is really going to set the bar for everybody else to really take an opportunity with the dominant car potentially out of contention here. Seth Cole still has a bit of ways to go, but as they reach the halfway point, this is going to be dangerous for this 07 car. Coming to the 1-to-go signal, Anthony Marchese also having similar issues as Seth Cole. They believe they didn't also put enough fuel in the car, and also I think they reported they had a loose wheel, or Marchese did on the radio, and that is going to be really huge for that championship contender there. He is coming into the race third in the points, but now Corey Williams sees this as an opportunity to potentially win this race as the green flag waves again for the restart. But look at Will Lewis, he also had a good launch there. He's going to try and go to the inside of that Mobil 1 machine. Will Lewis hungry for another victory here, with him going to Sony Cup next year for Horizon Group. He's looking to try and make this season last, as Aiden Shepard looking to make it 3 wide there, went way to the bottom there, and looks underneath Will Lewis for position there. He's up to second, while the lap cars are getting scrambly up there. Rogers hard on the wall, Jack Hallett collected. There's Jake West there, the points leader coming into the race. He's collected as well, and look at the amount of front damage to that 4 car. And Eric DeMax also got swept up in, and his bad luck continues. And Will Lewis, who was second on that restart, is also going to be knocked out of this race there. That is a terrible break for a lot of these front runners here. Eric DeMax, like I said, his bad luck continues. But Jake West, the points leader, coming in despite having a solid gap with TJ Martin. I think he didn't have any damage there, and it looks like the 71 was just fine. That is going to be huge for Jake West here, and that is a tough break for this 4 car. If they manage to get that car repaired, this could really save them quite a bit, but I'm not sure how much it could save them anytime soon. The lap cars were just racing really aggressive there. Rogers slid up the track, Halleck went down, and hard into the wall went the 15. Corey Williams had no place to go. There's Jake West getting piled in the wreck there. Will Lewis, who had a great car today. James Shelley running into Eric DeMax there, and everybody else. Sam and Oskin getting collected at the end of this one. But Jake West coming into this race, 27 points to the good. And this could really hurt what could have been that big gap. I think West wanted a way bigger gap to really secure it, to really duplicate what Jesse Turner's been doing this year in the Sony Cup Series. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the race here today for Jake West. This really is going to hurt this 4 car a lot in this championship battle, as he currently leads the points as mentioned. But TJ Martin and everybody else, they could see this as a saving grace for them to really get themselves back into this championship fight. After lengthy cleanup, Aiden Shepard leads on the restart. John Arndt and a couple of others decide to pit again to see if the strategy can work out. But look who's in second, and a lot of this top 10 really with a lot of different names here. Alexander Rowe in second, Caleb Farrell doing a great job in third. Anthony Marchese was not as fortunate here. Lashiva Stallers doing a great job in that 4th spot, as Seth Cole trying to navigate his way past these slower cars. Jeffrey White also falling back. Same thing with Kyle Keith, so a lot of the back markers use different strategies here to get themselves upwards in this field here. But look at the job Caleb Farrell has done. I think I consider him kind of an underrated driver here. He's really outperformed in that 7 car there. Lashiva Stars running in 4th, like I said, great run for them. Vince Freeze, after spinning out, is trying to get back on a recovery run here. Same thing with Vance Codwell here. So again, like I said, a lot of these back markers similar to that of Oklahoma and even Iowa. they're getting themselves back into this picture here, trying to get some better runs than anticipated than what they normally would run. As Corey Williams now trying to get around Nick Salmon for position. Jack Porkins on his tail right there. As Corey Williams trying to get around Daniel Bouchard and Paul Jackson as well as Conwell. So Williams trying to get more cars with one stone, really diving it into the corner really deep there. And Corey Williams is going to bob and weave past traffic here. Vince Freeze, like I said, he's on the move here. Good run for this 25 car right now. Freeze, after spinning out early on in the event, could potentially get a top 10. But meanwhile, looking back at Shepard and Rowe, they have pulled away from the rest of the field there. Blaze McKinney making it 3 wide on lap traffic, and Lashiva Stars in the battle with Stars is for position here. And Sean Angel looking to do the same there on Ben Yako. Yako getting squeezed a bit on the outside there. And Angel is going to make it 3 wide there. Angel looking for a top 10 spot here. But looking back at this top 2, caution is out again, as they're going to get bunched back up yet again here. Shepard will still lead here with Alexander Rowe, though they've really made some good adjustments with this 05 car. Here they come rounding out turn 4. That looks like some smoke on the front stretch. But to the line goes Aiden Shepard, as he's going to slow the field down here yet again. Paul Jackson got turned off at turn 4 by Max Luger, sending the 69 spinning down the front stretch, but nobody hits the 69. But Paul Jackson, who started off in that restart really good, is going to be mired all the way back yet again here in what many may perceive as his natural habitat. But the 69 car already with a rocky spin, but despite that, Paul Jackson has still done a good job nonetheless. Back on the restart, this time it's John Art. They recycled their pit strategy here with John Art now as the leader. Everybody else came in due to the yellow flag and just to really top off on gas and tires. At James Shelley running in the second spot here. Look at Sean Angel, an aggressive move to the bottom, way low to the racetrack there. And using that lap car to his advantage, Sean Angel with an aggressive move there. And that what could be a beautiful overtake. Corey Williams also on the charge as well. But man, Sean Angel really put on one gutsy move there to the bottom of the track and in front of the 5 car. That could be one of the best moves I've seen in terms of Hardee's racing. But look who's coming into the picture here. Alexander Rowe on those newer tires. Coming into the fray here, shoving Seth Cole there, really getting aggressive there. And the 05 gets around Seth Cole there. Caleb Farrell also coming in there. Aiden Shepard, remember the 60 car, was leading that last restart that time around. As Corey Williams looking underneath here as the racing has just gotten more and more aggressive as the laps have been winding down. But John Art certainly loving this right now. Looks like there was some smoke there, but no caution there, so not sure what happened there. But Corey Williams now trying to look for second underneath Sean Angel, and he will do so. Corey Williams with a great launch off of turn 4 there as he gets around Sean Angel. James Shelley filing back in line within the top 5, but everybody else just on their feet. The fans are loving this racing right now, as Shepard looking to make it 3 wide underneath Alexander Rowe and Jonathan Zorlin here. But man, it's been quite a race to watch here. Everybody has been racing so aggressive there. Rowe really diving it into turn 4 there and not able to get the spot away from Richardson, but he might be able to into turn number 1. But John Art loving to see what's happening behind them as they're all battling it out. John Art looking for a victory here before he goes to Martin at the end of this year. But yeah, John Art looking very hungry for a win. He's really struggled these past couple races and certainly wants to turn things around yet again. Jack Porkins has really had a rocky day, but he's actually running in the 3rd spot here. A good recovery run for this 95 team, but Aiden Shepard looking to the bottom here. Rowe following on suit. Caleb Farrell's going for a move underneath James Richardson there. What a job for this 7 car here. Caleb Farrell continuing to impress here. TJ Martin, though, he's trying to get back onto the move here. Remember, he had damage in the first stint of pit stops here as he's reeled in Alex Benyako for the 12th position. TJ Martin is on the move as well. A lot of drivers are getting on good recovery runs here after their struggles early on in the first half. Things are turning around for a lot of them in the second half right now, as Farrell does get around Richardson, and that was for 7th here. So Caleb Farrell, like I said, doing a great job there. Martin getting around Yako, and he's going to be now targeting that 5 car of Jonathan Zorlin here. But Alexander Rowe could be one of the cars that could look good on these newer tires, but John Art That lead is slowly but surely fading here. Remember, those are slightly older tires in this 14 car. That or they're just not set up enough for this short run here. But John Hart trying to run away with this one. But Corey Williams and the others are going to be closing in fast. And they really did close in fast on John Hart here. Here comes Alexander Rowe. Look at the amount of grip he has underneath that 60 car. Alexander Rowe looking for that third position underneath Aiden Shepard. And Shepard does give him plenty of space here. These two have a good amount of respect here. And Rowe gets around that 60 car here. And he is closed in on Corey Williams as well. Alexander Rowe's car has come to life here all of a sudden here. So Alexander Rowe could be the upset victor here if he does get around Corey Williams and catches John Hart. And he's actually going to be able to get around Corey Williams just like that. Alexander Rowe is now up to P2. Could he be the one to go to P1 here and upset a lot of the fans here today? That is something we're going to have to see here, as John Hart is certainly not wanting to see that in his mirrors. Is that 05 getting slowly but surely getting closer to that 88 car. Alexander Rowe has been eating up that gap on John Hart here slowly but surely. He is down to half a second this time around, as Hart gets around Jake West and Samet Oskin, but West currently in 32nd. Not a good run for him, but Hart getting held up by lap cars here, as Alexander Rowe's going to take advantage of this. He is right on the bumper of that 88 car here. Alexander Rowe has come to life here. Flying Aces didn't really expect their cars to be in victory lane or even be close to victory lane here, but today could be the day for them. Here comes Alexander Rowe down the inside. He dives it hard into the corner there, and Alexander Rowe rounding turn number 4. A new leader arises, and that leader is Alexander Rowe in the Bluebell Ice Cream Chevrolet Camaro for Flying Aces Racing here. What an upset here could be. This could be a good fairy tale story for Flying Aces here. With their alliance with CM and Curtis, it's really come to life for them ever since. And with the second place run at Iowa, they're certainly trying to beat that best finish record here to try and get P1 at the end of this one. 5 laps to go this time around for Alexander Rowe in the 05 Bluebell Chevrolet Camaro. Flying Aces Racing has stated that they were looking for really top 10s this season, and after struggling in the first part of the season, they really changed things up and have kicked it up a notch for the team, as they've been getting slowly but surely getting better, as they themselves have become midfield warriors right now. But right now, it's Rowe leading this pack of cars over Aiden Shepard here. He's really pulled that gap away, and the 05 car looking really good these past couple of races here. Rowe has showcased some good top 10 speed, but I don't think really many of them expected to see a Flying Aces car leading this race at some point. Though it's been one of their bigger strengths on the tracks here. They were close at Iowa, but looks like they could be getting a Cinderella story here today, while Aiden Shepard is going to try and do all he can to really catch that number 05 car. But it's a matter of fact of when he can catch it, because time is running out here at Pike's Peak. Alexander Rowe is staying for another year with Flying Aces Racing. They did announce that Ross Jackson will be also piloting the number 25 car full-time next year as well, so there's a lot of optimism in the camp here for these two drivers here. But Alexander Rowe still leading this pack of cars, really still leading this field. They really took advantage of those cautions and went for a different tire strategy here, and they were on fresher tires than John Hart, and that pass against the 88 could be the winning pass here in the moment of the race with this 05 car. As he's going to round turn number 4 here and down the front stretch, the white flag is going to fly here. One more lap to go for Alexander Rowe for car number 05 here as he rounds turn number 1, gets around the lap car of Paul Jackson. As you saw John Hart down pit lane, he was short on gas, so he's not going to get the best finish he wanted. But down the backstretch he goes to the final time. There's John Hart merging back onto the track. Rowe really maintaining his composure here. In turns number 3 and 4, history is going to be made for Flying Aces. They're going to go to victory lane here at Pikes Peak. Their first ever victory ever in the Hardee's National Series, as well as for Alexander Rowe. He is a winner at last, as the car has blown up at the end of this race. And that is not really going to make the team somewhat happy, but even so, a victory is a victory for this 05 team. What a job done for Alexander Rowe here today at Pikes Peak. Aiden Shepard will end up just short. Jack Porkins with a good recovery run in third after getting damaged in pit lane earlier on. Corey Williams also getting swept up in that big wreck. He ends up fourth. Caleb Farrell, top 5 for this 7 car, really deserves a lot of recognition for this, and Caleb Farrell looking really strong here these past couple races here. James Richardson 6th there. It's really, I'd say that's a win for them, especially after having such a rocky second half. Seth Cole got 9th there. TJ Martin, good recovery run for him. He's going to gain a crud ton of points on Jake West here, and he could potentially take that points lead away. With Jake West doing so badly in the race there, he finished in 34th, so actually I think he might be able to take the points lead. Not quite sure, or it's going to be really tied actually, depending on where that ends up. Sean Angel, quiet 8th place run. Seth Cole, who dominated the first half of the race, finishes 9th. And Alex Benyako, quiet run for him here, lurks into the top 10. Good run for that 8 team here. I think Benyako's also trying to get to turn around the second part of the season for him, because he's had some bad luck recently, and it looks like there's some results that are really coming around for this 8 team. But what a race here. We had some different leaders, we had some strategy calls come in, and Alexander Rowe was the one to really top everyone off here and become the victor at this racetrack here. Quite a race to watch, and an upset winner has really brought the crowd on their feet here. Flying Aces, as mentioned, they expected top 10s, but I think a win was probably the least expected from them. But again, congratulations to Flying Aces and for Alexander Rowe on obtaining victory here. We'll take a look at the results here, and I'm not sure if they'll be able to get a backup car out there in terms of doing burnouts, but we'll have to wait and see here. But otherwise, thank you for watching here, and hopefully we can get these final races, and hopefully they can be entertaining for all of you race fans.